Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from Sheriff. Hearty welcome everybody for the session number 527. Today we are going to meet for the first time Coach Neeta Singh from India. Thank you so much, Neeta ma'am, for joining your hands with us. Without further ado, I would like to invite today's prime mover, Coach 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸 sir, to introduce today's guest, Neeta Singh. Please join your hands to welcome Coach 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸 sir to introduce as a prime mover. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Founder CEO, Coach Rambabu sir. I am going to introduce a tall personality, a vibrant personality, and whose profile goes pages after pages. And with much difficulty, I have put all those information in a capsule. And within a short span of time, I would like to present before you. That person who has 14 years of corporate experience, my goodness. And really, she is a very proud sharehaverian at Sharehavery Global Foundation. She took some break for some time, naturally. And in 2020, when the whole world was crippled, she restarted her career and she took the journey of life coaching. And then, you can't imagine, she studied thinking into results by Bob Proctor and Sandy Keller. Really, I must admit that she became an author and wrote her book called The Lion Boy. So, what is such a wonderful title it is? Lion Boy. I want to read it, if Madam sends it to me. The Lion Boy. It has been an amazing journey of having client transformations, learning, and growth. Only onward journey starts. Amidst all these things, by doing so many works on the path of progress, now she is trying to find out, she is trying to discover who she is. See, what a great learning, what a great search that she has. She is none other than Coach Neeta Singh. Thank you very much. Hearty welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, first of all, 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐸 sir, for such a wonderful introduction. It truly touched my heart. It was a very, very beautiful introduction, and I've never had such an interesting one before. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And this topic is very close to my heart, having an open-minded approach. Being a coach and being interacting with so many people over the past 3 years, what I have understood is each and every person comes with his own set of mindset, and that's what makes you and designs you in your life, whatever you want to be. And hence I came up with this topic of being open-minded. Let me ask each one of you, what according to you do you think is open-mindedness?
Certainly for me, it's being creative and curious, because if I'm closed, I can't be curious, and if I'm curious,
as Sandra said it so beautifully, open-mindedness allows you the chance to be curious. It allows you the chance to look at different opportunities and different perspectives. It's not like, you are sitting in a balcony and you're just stuffing things over there. So the poor balcony has no other work to do. It's just taking the brunt of, the people throwing away unwanted things. So sometimes our minds become like those balconies, which are just sitting there with things occupied, which are of no use to them. But yet, the entire balcony is full of those unwanted things. So, what do? We need to start clearing that clutter from our head. And that's why, to understand this approach, we need to have an open mind. A true open mind allows you to curiously explore, as Sandra just explained. It allows you to seek out new ideas. It allows you to challenge yourself from that comfort zone. It allows you to critically evaluate. You analyze your information very thoughtfully, you weigh different viewpoints, and you form your own informed opinions. What else does open mindedness do? It allows you to courageously go ahead and experiment things. You're willing to take calculated risk and try different things. You're willing to step out of your comfort zone, and you are ready to disrupt your usual patterns, and you're ready to learn not just from your success, but you're also ready to learn from your failures. Open mindedness also allows us to constantly evolve. you know as a person who is open minded, if you stop learning, then you stop evolving. When you stay open minded, you are creating beliefs and understanding of the world, and you are not in that static mode all the time. You are allowing yourself to grow, you are allowing yourself to adapt, you are allowing yourself to change with the new information and new experiences that come into your life. So let's go ahead in depth and see what open mindedness can do to us. And I love this quote, and I'm a big fan of this book as well. It's a quote by Joseph Murphy, who has written this beautiful book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It says, no negative thought can ever manifest itself unless I emotionalize the thought and accept it mentally. I refuse to entertain their suggestion of fear, and therefore no harm can come to me unless I allow it. And I think this is very beautifully explained in our day-to-day lives. As working professionals, as homemakers, day in and day out, we are facing a lot of things happening within us. There are some good things impacting us, and there are some negative things that impact us. But what happens when a positive thing impacts us? We take it very lightly and we just let the thought go that, all right, it just happened. We don't allow to acknowledge ourselves that we have this capability to bring a positive change. But one negative thought, when any one of us hears it, whether it's from your boss, whether it's from your colleague, whether it's that person you really don't want to see their face and you happen to bump into them into office, whatever it is that you're facing, that one negative thought can turn around your day if you allow to internalize it within you. So who is in control of your thoughts? It's just you yourself. And if you build a strong fence around your thoughts, that's when they say, no harm can come to me unless I allow it. And I think it's really, really beautiful. Most of the times, due to these things, we end up setting up a set of expectations from people. We set up seeking validations from others. We set ourselves up so that we can fit into their groups. But somehow we realize over a period of time that it's not really bringing happiness into your life. It's not bringing the fulfillment into your life. And you're not learning and growing anything other than just trying to fit in. And hence, constantly relying on external validation can bring you a lot of harm over a longer period of time. Constantly trying to second guess yourself because we do not have faith in our own thoughts. And when we do not have confidence in our own thoughts, we end up second guessing every decision. We start questioning, we start doubting our actions. We need to stop doing this. We have to mold ourselves to live very authentically. We have to stop living under the set of expectations and trying to suppress our true selves, our true personality that we are as a person. We need to live a life that makes you feel authentic and complete and not the other way around. Over here, there's a very beautiful picture that describes our mind. So I want each one of you to have a very good look at this picture and share with me, what do you think each of this picture depicts?
At one place, I can see only one flower. It's like isolated, single one.
Right.
On the third side, there is a rose with, I can see some petals are there. This is my own interpretation. I don't know whether it is right. So it's like some family is there with it. That is the stem or the plants. And I can see one small bud also coming.
Right.
Wherein I feel one friend or one something similar, like apart from leaves, something similar is coming.
Right.
It can share its views. And on the other side, middle one, I can see bunch of like lots and lots of different types of flowers, different colors. So like as if life is full of colors and it has got lots of friends. That's what I can observe.
Absolutely beautiful, Sandra. Thank you so much for that.
There are the three pictures are there. In one picture, there is a yellow color flower and it is a bud. It is a bud of rose. And in second picture, there are the orchids of flower. There are so many and lots of flowers are there and different flowers are there and different and beautiful colors are there. But they are looking so happy. And in the third picture, the flower, there is also the rose flower, but it is pink in color and it is also looking so beautiful. It is also looking so happy. But the thing is, yeah, if we are the open-minded person, so definitely we are just want to live with everyone. We just want to share our everything with others, and we also want to happy, and we also do the happy to others. So in a second picture, we learn here, if you live in a company, so definitely you will be feel happy.
Right. So these three pictures depict our mind. All right. Now I want you all to imagine and think not about our active mind, but I want you to think about our subconscious mind. Okay. So imagine your subconscious mind is like this beautiful, vibrant garden, just like this picture, which is in the center, which is showing beautiful flowers. And they have been cultivated so beautifully. Each flower is blooming so beautifully. Our subconscious mind is basically the mind in which we have to be aware. Remember the word aware. Awareness is extremely important. Awareness is the key. What are we feeding inside our subconscious mind? Day in and day out, our mind processes approximately 70,000 thoughts. And we really can't, sit and think about each and every thought that keeps coming on into our mind. We do not have to give importance to all the thoughts that come into our mind. But we definitely have to be very aware about what are we putting into our subconscious mind. Because that's where all the magic lies. Now, imagine the first picture, which is your mind. And this is a rose, which is a thought. That's a good thought that's blooming inside your head. Okay. And you're taking a lot of care to plant this thought into your mind. And you have beautiful thoughts, you have beautiful habits. Everything is nice about you. But your thought is very stagnant. You are not allowing your thought to grow. So what is happening is, even though you are having a good viewpoint, you are not allowing growth to come inside your subconscious mind, and that's why you remain stagnant in that one place. What happens with the third flower, the rose that's blooming, is that you are letting a few thoughts come in, but you are still restricting yourself in a lot of ways, which means that even though you know this is the right thing to do, you will still not do it. Why? Probably because you have fears that hold you back. Probably you are second guessing your decisions. Probably someone else is not supporting your decision. Now, the picture that you see in the center, which has this blooming flowers, is basically a bunch of thoughts that keep coming into your mind. Now, our mind is like a soil, and thoughts, whether good or bad, each kind of thoughts keep coming into your mind. And as Bob Proctor always said, wherever your thought goes, the energy flows. So you need to be very aware about what kind of thoughts are you thinking. The way you think about the thoughts, that's what your mind processes. And the way your mind processes is how your body starts reacting to those thoughts. For example, if I ask you to think of an incident that didn't have a very good experience and that doesn't really bring very pleasant memories to your mind, see yourself, physically, what kind of changes do you see in your body? Probably you will feel some emotions of anger. You will feel, clenching of your hands, clenching of your jaws. So these are the emotions just that one thought can create. Now, let's see, you have been planning for this wonderful trip for a very, very long time, probably with your friends or your family, whoever is the closest in your circle. Imagine just 2 days before, you are so excitedly packing your bags and you're planning your days and where all you have to take the stops and where you have to shop. And now look at the thoughts that come into your mind. Look at the way your body is reacting to those thoughts. You can see the change in the levels of your energies. And that's what we call as vibrations. That's when you are behaving in a high vibration zone, and that's how you are reacting. When you are thinking of thoughts that are not very pleasant, it means that you are operating from a very low energy state, and that's why things don't work out for you. And hence, being open-minded means that you do not have to uproot these single plants that are in your head, inside your head, but you have to start welcoming different thoughts that allow you to grow, that allow you to change your perspective, that give you the confidence and the strength to move ahead despite the fears. That is what we have to sow into our mind. We have a key takeaway over here, and the first key takeaway over here is that the law of subconscious mind works for good and bad ideas alike. This law, when applied in a negative way, is the cause of failure, frustration, and unhappiness. When your habitual thinking is harmonious and constructive, you experience perfect health, success, and prosperity. That's our key takeaway one from what we have covered so far. I want each one of you to have a very good look at these two pictures. I want you all to see what's written over there. And let's quickly have an interactive chat. What do you understand from these two pictures?
This is beautiful. There is a vine in the left head that is just not able to get out of himself. I mean, it goes up there trying and I get bent and I get turned back in, and the other one's just growing. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Open mind.
True.
So in this picture, there are the two faces are there. In a one face, the one lady, she's just looking so sad, and in another picture, there is in another way, there is a one girl, and she's so happy, and she's just looking so happy and so glad. The thing is here, if you're thinking about yourself and if you just think only negative thing, so negative mindset will comes to you. And if you are just think positive, so definitely you should just think positive and positive. You can also give the positive vibes to others. So in this picture also, there are the two faces. One picture just shows to us how I can just do, I don't know, let me find out. And the thing is here, I'm just confused how I can just complete and how I can just prove to myself. But in another picture, she just want to try again and again. And she also say to us, I will try. If it is so hard, it's not matter, but I want to do the try again and again. So yeah, this is from my side.
Sure. Thank you so much for that explanation.
Here we have two pictures. On my left, the person says everything negative. I don't know. I can't. It is too hard. Whereas on my right, the person says, let me find out. I will try. That means even if she doesn't know, her approach is so positive that definitely we find the two opposite sides here.
Thank you.
Nita,
Yeah.
what I was thinking is my input would be on the left side. She's kind of giving up as if she doesn't have any idea of what to do next, right? And on the right side, I think she's trying to motivate herself. Let me find out. I'll try, even though I don't know. Like just the same as you are confused. But I want to try. I want to, go ahead and motivate myself and find out the solution for this. So I think that's what I understand from this.
Right. Okay, great. These two pictures basically depict an open mind and a closed mind. Now, each one of us have people in our life, friends, relatives, colleagues, who are not very willing to try new things, who are so set in their standard work that they don't want to take an initiative to try something different. So one set of mind shows that I don't know, I don't want to know, and I'm not keen to know. The other mind is an open mind. It says, all right, I don't know, but I really want to find out how this works. One mind says, I can't do this and I'm not interested in doing this. The open mind approach says, I will try, let's see how far this can go. The closed mindset says, it's too hard. I'm not willing to put so much of energy into this. And an open mind shows, show me how, let's try it out. This is what these two pictures depict. So one is a very closed mindset and one is an open mindset. Let's say that you are working in your office and one of your colleague during a meeting gives a remark to you which is not really very pleasant. Now, you are sitting in a conference room, you can't react because the boss is giving the presentation, but there is this emotion of anger, irritation, and frustration piling up inside you. And what is happening while you are into these emotions? You are not actually focusing on the presentation because your entire frustration has gone into that one comment that was made by that one person. Now, this is what happens when you have a closed mindset. Okay. Now, how can you look at the same scenario in a different way? You can possibly just respond in a mature way. So you pause, you listen to what they are saying, and you let go. Because what they speak about you does not define your worth. It does not define your value. Your value is defined by what you think of yourself and how you show up for yourself. And when you handle the situation very calmly, it automatically brings the entire frustration level down for the next person because you haven't reacted at all, So the other person will think twice next time before probably using a rude remark for you. Let's look at the second example for the same. Let's say that you're due for a promotion, okay? And I think each one of us who has had work experience, at least I have had this experience, and you have these tests and all going on, assessments where they are judging you for whether you are suitable for the next promotion or not. So probably you have missed your promotion. So what happens? The instant reaction for us is to feel sad, to feel angry, to feel jealous, to probably think that the boss is using favoritism. So there are a lot of things, and also self-pity. I think self-pity is a very, very big factor because you start telling yourself, I have put so much of effort and still people don't look at me. I have done so much, still people don't recognize me. So that's self-pity. Now, how can you react to this in a very mature way? You analyze the situation, you try to understand what are the things due to which your promotion was rejected. You actively go and seek feedback from your seniors, from your colleagues, from your team leaders, understand how you can contribute in a better way, and then you can start working on improvement of your promotions. Now, we have to understand that when you are constantly in this cycle of negativity, it hampers your growth, it hampers your thought process, and it does not allow you to stay in a state of open mindedness. So, like I said, awareness is the key over here. So, even though you are feeling sad and you're sulking, it's completely okay to feel those emotions. What is important is primarily to acknowledge these emotions that yes, I do feel bad, I do feel a little envious, but that's okay. What I am going to do is these are the things that I need to work upon, and that's how I will look forward for my next promotion. The key over here is you do not stay in those emotions. That starts feeding into a cycle of negativity. So you have to understand where you have to cut it out. All these emotions happen in such a subtle way that we don't even realize the way we are reacting. Say, for example, if you have been living in a city like Mumbai where the traffic is really cutthroat, and I have had that experience. So if someone cuts you off in the traffic, what do you end up doing? You start telling, oh my God, what does he think he is? Is he really smarter than me? Is he a better driver than me? So you start getting angry about it. So what are you doing when you're angry? You want to get ahead of the next car in front of you. And you are in this mode of anger and frustration and you honk and, then even if you have moved ahead of that car, then you feel this surge of happiness, or you make a gesture. But what happens is you have to understand this happens so subtly and so quickly that you need to understand that these are the outside factors that are making me angry. Someone cut me off in the traffic, that's okay. It's me who needs to keep my temper in control. I am not in control of the other person's temper. I am driving my car. I am not driving their car. So awareness is the key over here. Constantly, I'm emphasizing on this word. Understanding how you respond to this situation, how your body reacts to these situations, that is the biggest awareness over here. And recognizing these is an important aspect of this. So how do you become emotionally mature when you are going through these phases? Become self-aware. Notice your thoughts and how they trigger your emotions. You have to understand what are the kind of thoughts that are coming into your mind. And when these thoughts that come into your mind, because of those thoughts, what kind of emotions are you feeling in your body? That's where your awareness lies. Being mindful, being present in the moment. Today we are all sitting here together. It's a beautiful Sunday night and we are discussing this beautiful presentation over here. But I'm sure some of us are also thinking tomorrow is Monday. What do I need to prepare for morning breakfast? What do I have to teach? What's my lesson pattern? So you're not being present in the present moment. The reason it's called as present is this is the moment that we have. This is the moment that you and me have right now. We can plan for the future, but we have to be present because it is this present that's going to define our future. We can't do anything about the past, but the way we are in our present is going to define how our future is going to be. So observe your reactions, how you talk to people. Are you judging them? How are you responding to them? That's being really mindful. We need to understand the difference between reaction and response. Reaction is where we are instantly reacting to someone. And then you're regretting later on. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have written that. Response is when you are taking a break, you're being mindful, you're in a calm state of mind, though you are angry, but you are still thinking, what is it that I can do next? How can I respond to this person in a very intelligent manner? That's what is the difference between reaction and response. So the key takeaway over here is that you can't control everything around you, but you can definitely control how you react to that situation. Getting annoyed is a choice you make based on your thoughts. You can choose not to get upset by thinking differently or ignoring negativity. By managing your thoughts, you can stay calm and emotionally mature. The power of curiosity. We have various responsibilities coming with certain age. So when you are young, you have a different set of responsibilities. When you have children, you have different set of responsibilities. When the children grow up and go away, then you feel very empty. And that's a phase where a lot of people give up. And there are also people who look at this phase as an opportunity to learn and do something different. So that's the power of curiosity and dreaming. We have to be in the second category, not in the first category. Curiosity keeps you young. I see there's a park right next to my house, and every day I see so many senior citizens coming over there. They are doing their yoga every day, they are doing their walk every day, they have a laughter club over there. And each one of them comes with their own set of things. They are coming there and doing, at least they are occupying and using their time constructively. How you use your time to explore your passion is going to define what you are going to do probably, once you're in your 50s or 60s. So it's always good to keep your passion alive. Don't get rolled under responsibilities. Keep your passion alive. Give some time for that, probably on weekdays, on holidays, probably half an hour, whatever it is. But don't kill that passion which is within you, because that's going to keep you alive in your later phase of your life. And it's extremely important because it not just allows you to be physically active, it allows you to stay mentally active. And I think that's the greatest aspect as you grow older, staying mentally active. When you stay mentally active, what happens is you are allowing yourself to be open to new ideas. The vitality of seeking new truth. Someone who questions the status quo and seeks out different perspective, isn't afraid to challenge their own assumptions, stays intellectually vibrant. They don't settle for easy answers. They continue to go through their pursuit of knowledge. So this not just applies for the older people, it also applies to us, in fact. Think of someone who travels to new places, immerses themselves in different cultures, or simply spends time in nature, appreciating the beauty around them. By exposing themselves to new experiences and sources of inspiration, they keep their spirit alive and their sense of wonder intact. The sunshine of new truth. An individual who seeks actively personal growth, whether through therapy, self reflection, or spiritual practices, is continuously uncovering new truths about themselves and the world. Conquering new worlds. This doesn't necessarily mean literal conquest. It could mean like setting new goals, like running a marathon, starting a business, mastering a new skill, an act of challenging oneself and pushing boundaries to foster a sense of accomplishment and vitality. An open mind isn't just a philosophy, it's a superpower. It allows us to break free from limitations, embrace growth, and create a life that's rich with possibilities. So go forth, be curious, and challenge your assumptions. The world is waiting for you to discover it with fresh eyes. Thank you, Coach Rambabu, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank
And
you.
your picture analogy also was very inspiring and very creative. Thank you so much for bringing such a beautiful concept with the title Open-mindedness. Congratulations. This is time to invite Coach Sandra Walks as a reviewer. Please join your hands to invite Coach Sandra Walks as a reviewer. Over to you, ma'am.
Wow, presented so beautifully, sharing from your heart, from your heart. And any other way is like, just don't bother doing it. That has always been my go-to. If you can't do it from your heart, sit down. Let somebody else talk that's going to talk from their heart. Who am I? I know that wasn't the name of your topic, but that was in the introduction. And that's what I held on to, was who are you? Who am I? And all the way through your journey, I could feel what your journey was. And then we knew how to work our way through our journey. Out of what you had, I loved how you had it so simple and so clean. So many people get into the content where they're going to show off their brain. And you know, I know that you know, and we all experienced, it's not about the brain, it's about the heart.
True.
That's what you brought. I was looking over here as well. Now I'm going to say something. The whole journey I had was discovering who she is. Beautiful slides. Never had such an interesting introduction. That's interesting because I always write my own introduction and then they go and flower it up on me anyhow, which is beautiful. So share ever, you do a wonderful way of building us up. Your personal journey of evolving, and I'm glad that you brought in the thoughts, the positive thoughts and the negative thoughts. Often we forget that a thought is a thought. So it's either going to lift you up or it's going to drag you down.
Sure.
And being mindful, the one slide I kept in my mind here was how to become emotionally mature.
Right.
That to me is my takeaway. Self-awareness, and self-awareness is in the present. It's here now, always now. Because the past is gone, the future isn't here yet. We only have this one breath. And you brought that in so much that the mindfulness is to look at what we're thinking every moment. We're either up or we're down or we're holding ourselves. Any of those, whatever that is going to allow us the growth. But if we're not taking the action, if we are not committed to listening to ourselves, it ain't going to happen. We ain't going to evolve.
That's true.
Another favorite slide was those two beautiful women
With the wines.
having the conversation, the closed mind or the open mind. And yeah, and here. And that was our inside. So both of those faces were ourselves.
Yes. True.
That was when we do it. When we do it, we have that conversation. And eventually we find the courage to just say, piss off out of the world. I'm going that way. And we choose to have our own life.
Yes.
The curious, creative mind, allowing yourself to grow, and allowing yourself to grow allowed us to grow. I love the Joseph Murphy refusing to entertain their suggestion of fear. I just pulled that little piece out. Unless I allow it.
True.
That's it. That's my takeaway as well. You know, I've got a number, as you can see, I've got a number of takeaways. So that one thought makes my day good.
Thank you.
Or empty. And for me, I learned that my day can start every minute. So it's not just when we get out of bed in the morning. Your day is starting right now with this wonderful presentation, and we can change it and live that life of authentic joy. The bud, the flower, the bloom, that's all our ideas and our growth. And you could have equally shown the bud and then the withering, because we could do that as well. Just remembering it goes both ways. It's energy. Feel, feel, feel. That's what I really am thrilled that is coming through so closely. The importance of presence. Just, it's all we got. And so you're becoming emotionally mature brought us back. Here are the tricks and tips. You can do it. With or without a coach, you can do it. Just faster with a coach, isn't it? It was a beautiful journey of who are you? I appreciate your sharing so authentically. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Sandra Walks. It was so beautiful. Thank you, Coach Sandra Walks, for a sweet and short review, as usual, from Coach Sandra Walks' side.